Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Selenium Tech Automation. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss about core Java interview questions for experienced candidates as well as for freshers candidate as well. Okay, so in this tutorial, I am going to discuss about core Java interview questions for automation testers. Okay, and also I am going to provide with an example piece of code as well. Okay, so please don't skip this video and please watch this video till the end, so you will never miss out any interview questions if you are giving interview, if you are a fresher or if you are a experienced candidates. Okay, so let's get started with our today tutorial. So the first question here is, what is a Bodmos rule? So here Bodmos stands for bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Okay, here Bodmos stands for bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. This Bodmos rule will refer to the order of operations to solve an expression. Okay, this Bodmos rule will refer to the order of operations to solve an expression. It is also known as Bodmos rule. Okay, so this Bodmos rule tells which process to perform first to evaluate a given numerical expression. Okay, this Bodmos rule is also known as PEDMOS, that is parenthesis, exponents, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Okay, here you can see the abbreviation. The first B stands for brackets first, that is parenthesis. O stands for of orders, either it is powers, square roots or cube roots as well, and DM is stands for division and multiplication. The process will start from left to right. So here is an example, that is 6 plus 5 into 8 divided by 4, which means our order will start from here. First it will start from 6 and it will go for the remaining operators what are all present inside this expression. So then the next abbreviation here is AS. Here addition and subtraction. Here AS stands for addition and subtraction, which is also starts from left to right. Okay, the order of operations will starts from here from left to right. Okay, so and also I don't have any expressions to provide you. If you want, you can search in Google so that you will get some knowledge about this Bodmos expressions, where you are going to practice, do some practice. Okay, where you are going to do some practice. If you can download it from Google, or you can search any article, so that you will get some more examples. Okay, I have examples already, but for time being I'm not showing here, but remaining questions I'm going to show you. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So here, what is a typecasting? Okay, what is a typecasting? Here typecasting is used to convert data from one data type to another data type. Okay, here typecasting means it is used to convert data from one data type to another data type. Okay, here compiler is responsible for conversions. Okay, here compiler is responsible for conversion. Okay, here also we can have like implicit typecasting, widening typecasting or upcasting typecasting. Okay, here the first typecasting here is, the method here is, that is implicit typecasting. We can also call it as widening typecasting, and also we can also call it as upcasting, and also we can have one more typecasting, that is explicitly typecasting. So we can also call it as explicitly typecasting, narrowing typecasting and downcasting. Okay, so the first typecasting here is implicitly typecasting, that is also known as widening casting and also upcasting. So here you can see the conversion will be like, first byte to short, short to char, char to int, int to long, long to float, float to double data types. Okay, here converting smaller data type to higher data type is called as implicit typecasting, or widening typecasting, or upcasting typecasting. Okay, here converting smaller data type to higher data type, that is called as implicit typecasting or widening typecasting or upcasting. So here you can see the conversion, how it will be like, we are converting this byte type to the short type. Here byte is smaller one and short is a bigger data type, right? So in the same way, short is smaller than the char data type, and char data type is smaller than the int data type, and int is smaller than the long data type, and long data type is smaller than the float data type, and the float is smaller than the double data type. So here you can see an example, that is integer of x equals to character. Okay, here you can see x equals to, I mentioned one character. If I want to print that system.out.println of x value, so you will get here the output as 65, because here int is 4 bytes and character is 2 bytes. Okay, Here integer is bigger than the character. We can convert bigger data type to smaller data type, but we are not able to convert smaller data type to bigger data type, so you will get some error. Okay, so internally it will convert from character to integer data type. Okay, from this example what it will do, it will converts internally character to integer data type, because character data type is smaller than the integer data type. So that's why we can able to convert from smaller data type to higher data types, but we cannot able to convert from bigger data type to smaller data type. Okay, so the next slide is about explicit typecasting. Okay, here converting larger data type to smaller data type is called as explicit typecasting, or narrowing typecasting, or downcasting typecasting. Okay, explicitly typecasting means where we can able to convert larger data type to smaller data type is called as explicit typecasting, narrowing typecasting, and also we can call it as downcasting. Okay, the conversion will be like this. Here double, float, long, integer, character, short, and byte. Okay, double is greater than the float, which is a smaller data type. Here float is greater than the longer data type. Here longer is greater than the integer data type. Integer is greater than the character data type. Character data type is smaller, greater than the short data type. Short is greater than the byte data type. Okay, you can see here an example, that is int I equals to 50.0. So if I mention like this, so you will get some error, because integer is a 4 bytes data type, and also 50.0, that is float is bigger than the double is bigger than the integer data type. So that's why you can able to get some error here, because double data type is 8 bytes and whereas integer data type is 4 bytes. Okay, here the programmer is responsible for explicitly typecasting, but whereas in case of implicit typecasting, okay, implicit typecasting, who is responsible for implicit typecasting? Compiler is responsible for conversion, whereas in explicit typecasting, programmer is responsible for explicit typecasting. If I want to convert from int to double, we have to do in this way, that is int I equals to integer of 50.0, after that int j equals to 65. Okay, so if I want to convert from integer to character, I have to do some typecasting. Okay, that's why I am doing typecasting here, like char of j. Okay, if you print this value, you will get in the console as a. Okay, the output value here is a, because we are typecasting the smaller data type into bigger data type here. Okay, in this way we can do typecasting easily. So the next question here is, what are the different types of methods in Java? Okay, so there won't be any confusion, it is like a small question only, simple question. So you can tell him like, here the main use of method means, what is the main advantage of methods? We can use that code reusability, we can get some code reusability, and also we can return once and we can access n number of times. Okay, here the main purpose of method here is, which means the code reusability. With the help of methods we can get code reusability, and also we can return only once, but we can access n number of times. Okay, so below are the different types of methods. The first method here is with parameter and with return type. A second type of method here is with parameter without return type, without parameter with return type, and the last method here is without parameter without return type. Okay, I'm going to provide example for all these types of methods. The first method here is with parameter and with return type. You can see here the example. First I created a class, and also I created one method called public integer of add is the method name, and I am passing two parameters, that is int a comma int b. Okay, here we have one return type, that is return c, and also we have parameters inside that method, that is int a comma int b. Okay, this is the example for with parameter and with return type. Okay, if I print that value, that is int c equals to a plus b, what you will get? 10 plus 20, that is 30. Okay, it will print you the value as 30. This is example for with parameter and with return type. So the next method here is with parameter without return type. Okay, the next method here is with parameter without return type. Okay, you can see I am not having any return type here, I just mentioned void only, but that method is accepting two parameters, those are all a and b. So then I am printing, that is a plus b. So inside main method I am going to use example dot add of 10 comma 20. If I execute, I will get the output as 30. Okay, with the help of object, the class object, I am going to call that method, that is add of 10 comma 20. So you will get console output as 30. Okay, but here I am not using any return type, so that's why I mentioned here void. Okay, the next method here is without parameter with return type. Okay, here we are not passing any parameters inside that method called add. Okay, so but I am mentioning initializing variables, that is integer data type a equals to 10, b equals to 20 and c, that is empty. Okay, so but I am using here return type, that is c. Okay, the next method here is without parameter without return type. We don't have any return type and also we don't have any parameters inside this add method. You can see the below example about without parameter and without return type. Okay, so the next question here is what is static keyword in Java. Okay, what is a static keyword in Java? Here static keyword is in Java used for mainly memory management. Okay, inside Java, if we are using static keyword, means it is used for mainly memory management only. Okay, for static we cannot create an object, we can access static information with the help of class name only. Okay, for static we cannot able to create any object. For static we can call that method with the help of class name. Okay, for static we cannot able to create any object, but we can access with the help of class names. Okay, whenever we are going to provide a static keyword, means the class, means the complete data is going to store in some non-heap memory area. Okay, whenever we are going to provide any static keyword inside our class, means the complete data stored in a non-heap memory area. Okay, the complete information is going to be stored in non-heap memory area, but inside the static method, at the time of class loading only, the complete information is going to store in non-heap memory area. Okay, in static method, at the time of class loading only, the complete information is going to store into some non-heap memory area. Okay, so next question is what are all the different types of variables we can have. Okay, that is local variable, instance variable and static variable. Okay, what is local variable here? Means variable that is restricted only one method, it does not have any access outside of that method, that is called as local variable. Okay, what are all the different types of variables we can have? The first variable here is local variable. What is a local variable? Variable that is restricted only one method, it doesn't have any access outside of that particular method, that is called as local variable. Whereas it comes to instance variable, means instant variables can access anywhere within the class. Okay, declared inside the class but outside the method. Okay, this instance variable can access from anywhere in the class which is declared inside the class, but we can access this variable outside the method as well. Okay, what is a static variable here? Okay, what is a static variable? A variable that is declared as a static, that is a static variable. It is declared inside the class and also outside the method also we can able to access, right? But for instance variables, access modifiers are applicable. Okay, for instance variables, access modifiers are applicable. Okay, so the next question here is what are different access modifiers? Okay, access modifiers, what is the main purpose of access modifiers here? Access modifiers are used to set the access levels for classes, variables, methods and constructors. Okay, the main use of access modifiers is to set the access levels for classes, variables, methods and constructors. Okay, what are all the different types of access modifiers we can have? We can have different kinds of access modifiers such as private access modifier, default access modifier, protected access modifier and public access modifier. Okay, so what is a private access modifier here? Private access modifier is applicable for only within the class. Okay, this is the restricted access modifier and cannot be applicable for classes. It can be only applicable for variables, methods and constructors. Okay, here what is a private access modifier? Private access modifier is applicable for only within the class. This is a restricted access modifier and cannot be able to applicable for classes. It can be only applicable for variables, methods and constructors. Okay, what is our next access modifier? That is default access modifier. Default access modifier is applicable only for a class within the package. Okay, default access modifier is applicable only for the class within the package. For the classes which are outside of that package is not applicable this default access modifier. Okay, here you can see this default access modifier is not applicable to access from the another package. Okay, if you are not mentioning any modifier means in the declaration means that is the default access modifier. Okay, if you are not mentioning like public or protected or private means that is called a default access modifier. Okay, the next modifier here is protected access modifier. What is protected access modifier? Protected access modifier is applicable within the package and outside of the package, but only for child classes, cannot applicable for classes. Okay, protected access modifier is applicable within the package and outside of the package also, but this access modifier only applicable for child classes. It is not applicable for the main classes. Okay, so the next access modifier is public access modifier. We can access anywhere within the project. Okay, public access modifier means we can access anywhere inside our project. Okay, so the next question here is what is main method in Java and what is the purpose of main method? Okay, you can see here that is public static void main. Okay, inside that method we are going to create our class object references, or we can call the help of class name, we can call all the methods present inside that class, right? So here the purpose of main method is to define starting and ending point for the application execution. Okay, the purpose of main method is to define starting and ending point for the application execution. For example, if I am executing one class, so where it is coming with some main method. Okay, with the help of main method only I am going to define my starting and ending point for that particular class execution. Okay, so here Java virtual machine, that is JVM, will always check for main method for execution purpose. Okay, here Java virtual machine will always check for the main method for execution purpose. Okay, to access the main method by Java virtual machine, first the main method scope must be available to JVM. That's the reason why we declare main method with public access modifier. Okay, to access main method by Java virtual machine means the main method scope must be visible to the JVM. That is the reason why we declare this main method with the public access modifier. Okay, because this public access modifier can access from anywhere. Okay, because this public access modifier can access from anywhere. Okay, and also here what is a void? Okay, the main method doesn't have any return, which is not returning anything to the JVM, it is a return type. Okay, here void means main method does not return anything to the JVM, it is a return type. Okay, and what is a main here? The name itself shows it is a main method, it will always shows the importance of main method. Okay, here what is a main? Here the name itself shows it is a main method, it will always shows the importance of main method. Okay, why to provide parameters and arguments in the main method? As you can see here we are providing some arguments and also we are passing some parameters. Okay, that is string of args, right? So here we have two ways: the static input, providing data at the time of designing. Okay, static input means providing data at the time of designing, and also dynamic input means providing the data at the time of runtime. User can provide the information, for example enter first value. Okay, why to provide parameters and arguments in the main method? For this we have two ways. The first way here is static input. So during the time of designing we are going to provide some data, right? So, but whereas it comes to dynamic input means providing the data at the time of runtime, user can provide the information. Here for example if I can type enter first value, so you are going to provide some input, right? So it will comes under dynamic input. Okay, what is the meaning of string here? Okay, because in the class we can declare integer data type or character or short or float, any kind of data type. Okay, any kind of data type we can easily accept. Okay, we can easily accept any kind of data type with the help of string only. Okay, with the help of string we can accept any kind of data type, either it is character or integer or short or float, anything. Okay, we can accept all these data types with the help of string only. Okay, that's why we are mentioning here string inside that main method. Okay, we can provide one or more values, for example integer I equals to 10, b equals to 10, c equals to 20, likewise. Okay, only array can store more than one value. That's the reason why we are using array type in main method syntax. You can see here we are using some string of some array, right? So why means we can provide more number of values. So that's the reason why we are going to use one method syntax here, that is array type of syntax, right? So what is the need of providing static in main method? So here you can see we are providing one static, right? So what is the need? Okay, for execution purpose Java virtual machine wants some memory. Okay, that memory is given by this static word. Okay, that memory is given by this static word. Okay, why, what is the need of providing static keyword in main method? Means for execution purpose Java virtual machine want some memory, right? That's the reason why we are going to use this static keyword to provide some memory. Okay, so then the next question here is write a program for swapping of two numbers. Okay, I will show you in my Eclipse, so where I have already written swapping of two numbers, right? So you can see here swapping of two numbers. Okay, so here you can see there are two programs. The first program here is, so I am not using any temporary variable here and I am using one temporary variable. Okay, how to swap two numbers? Okay, how to swap two numbers? Okay, this is my first program, that is int equals to x equals to 10, y equals to 20. So then I am going to add these two. After that I am going to minus. Okay, first you can see here that x value here is 10, y value is 20. Okay, first I am going to add these two, that is 10 plus 20, that is 30. After that I am going to take this y value here, and what is our x value currently? That is 20, 30, right? That is 30, means 10 plus 20 equals to 30. Okay, equals to 30. So now this x is having the value called 30. So now I am going to take y variable, that is y equals to, now what is our value currently for the x? That is 30, minus what is y value now? That is 10, right? That is 10. So now you will get 10 as for this y value. So again what I am doing, so now our x value here is 30, right? Our x value is 30. 30 minus, now what is the value here for y? That is 10, right? That is 10. So now I am going to minus these two, that is 20. Okay, so now you can see this y value become 10 and the x value become 20, means we swapped these two numbers. Okay, so let me execute this program and we will see the output. Okay, first let me execute this program. So you can see now we got the swapped values. Okay, after swapping we are getting these values. Initially it is the 10 and y value is 20. After swapping, what is my x value? You can see here the 20, and for y value my value is 10 after swapping. Okay, here I am not using any temporary variable, but I am using now one temporary variable. So let me execute this program and we will see what is the output. Okay, you can see that is a equals to 20 and b equals to 10, but here you can see my first a value is 10 and b value is 20. After swapping, the a value become 20, the b value become 10. Okay, this is one small kind of program. You can take this code and you can practice if you want. So next let me go back to our next question. Write a program for swapping two numbers without using temporary variable. Okay, we already saw that code without using temporary variable and with the help of temporary variable. Okay, so those two questions we covered here. So next, program using conditional statements such as if statement and switch statement. Okay, so this is also one question you will get. Write a program with the help of conditional statements such as if condition and switch statement. Okay, so then the next program here is write a program to print all the tables at a time. Okay, so for this let me open, which I already written a program here which will print you the all the tables. Okay, for example I am using here one for loop. So where I initialized one integer data type variable, that is number equals to 2. So now I am going to print 100 tables at a time. Okay, first number is less than or equals to 100. The condition is true. Again it will go to inside this next for loop. Okay, for int I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 10. Okay, first it will take this second table, that is 2 table. 2 is less than or equals to 100. Condition is true. So then the next for loop will come into picture. Here int I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 10. Okay, 1 is less than or equals to 10. Condition is true. Now what is our number value here? 2. Okay, our number value is here 2. So now what is our ith value here? 1. Now 2 into 1. Okay, now 2 into 1, what is our value? 2. So again this 2 will become 3, right? So this I value will become 2 because 1 plus 1 2. So again then my number is here 2. 2 into 2 4. So again till it will iterate until this condition is going to be false, means 10 is less than or equals to 10. So number value is 2. 2 into 10 20, and 10 plus 11, 10 plus 1 11. 11 is less than or equals to 10. Condition false. Again it will come back to here, and this number value will increment by 1. This time it will, the number value becomes 3. Okay, so now I'm going to do the third table. So now our I value will become 1. 1 is less than 10. Again the number here is 3. 3 into 1 3. Again this 1 will become 2, and 2 is less than or equals to 10. 3 into 2. So likewise it will iterate till 11 less than or equals to 10. The condition got false. Okay, so likewise it will print all the 100 tables at a time. So let me execute this program and we will see the result. Okay, so here you can see the console part. So it is printing all the 100 tables. You can see the first table here is 2 until 10. Okay, so now the 11 is less than or equals to 10, means the condition false. So then the number value will increment by 1, that is 3. Number value will become 3. So likewise it will keep on iterate till the 30th table. So likewise it will go on 100 table. Okay, so once this number value will become 101, means 101 is less than or equals to 100, it will come outside of this for loop. Okay, so likewise we can print all the tables at a time. Okay, the next program here is only to print even numbers and odd numbers program. Okay, so I want to print only even numbers and odd numbers. For that I have already written a code. You can see here, this is my program. Okay, where it will print even numbers and odd numbers. Okay, let me execute this program and we will see the output. You can see first it is printing 2 4 6 8 10 12 16 20 22. So till it will be print till 100. Okay, so what are all the even numbers we can have inside our before 100? So it will print all the even digits. Okay, even numbers from 2 to 100. Okay, from 2 to 100. So the next program will print from 1 to 100 how many odd numbers we can have. It will print all the 1 to 100 odd numbers. You can see 1 3 5 7 9 11. Likewise it will keep on go for 99, because 99 is an odd number. Okay, what we are doing, I divided by 2. Okay, 1 divided by 2 equals to 0, that is 2. It will print 2 value. So again this 2 will become 3. 3 less than or equals to 100. So likewise it will keep on increase until this condition is going to be false. Okay, that's why it is printing all the values, table values. Okay, so now let me execute only this program and we will see only even numbers. Okay, you can see it is printing all the even numbers at a time, right? So next let me comment this even number program and we will execute only odd numbers program and we will see the output. Here you can see it is printing all the odd numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, so this is how we can write a program to print only even numbers and odd numbers. Okay, so the next program question here is, write a program for 5 factorial and Fibonacci series. Okay, factorial. Okay, here is our factorial program. First I am taking one, I am going to do for 5 factorial, that is 120 will get. So let me execute this program. If you want you can take this code as well, that is 1 2 6 2 24 120, that is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, the total will be 5 into 4 20, 20 into 3 60, 60 into 2 120, 120 into 1, that is 120 is the final output. Okay, so first it is taking one value, so after that 1 into 2 2, 2 into 3 6, 6 into 4 24, 24 into 5 120. Okay, you can see the same here as well. So likewise we can generate a program for factorial of 5. Okay, so if I want to do factorial for 10 also we can do. Let me check for that one as well. So we can see now 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right. Let me open one calculator application, so there we can check for this one. Okay, so here calculator. Okay, we will see what is our output currently. Okay, so let me do 10 factorial. Okay, 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, total 3628 comma 800. That's what we are getting here, 3628 comma 8800. Okay, 362 comma 8800. Okay, this is how it will print the factorial for the given number. Okay, so Fibonacci series you can have a look into that one. I am not going to provide for time being. So next I want to write a program to print patterns like this. Okay, so write a program to print patterns like this, what I am showing here. Okay, so now let me execute this program only and we will see the output. Okay, you can see this is my output. Okay, I want to print a pattern like this, means this is our actual program. First what I am taking integer value 1, I am going to print 5 stars, right. So that's why I make a condition here is 5. Okay, 1 is less than or equals to 5, that is condition true, and it will go to here 1 is less than or equals to 1, condition true, it will go to here. Okay, so again it will increment with the value 2, 2 is less than or equals to 5, so now the jth value become 1, 1 is less than or equals to 2, condition true, it will print 2 values likewise. Okay, so if I want to print a pattern like this, means we can take our previous program, that is this one. Okay, so now let me just remove this one and let me execute. You can see the difference between those two patterns. Okay, so now I am going to execute. You can see it is printing in the reverse order. Okay, because I am decrementing here, the jth value I am decrementing by -1. Okay, this is how we can reverse this pattern like 5 4 3 2 1. Okay, so these are all the very important basic programming interview questions. So the next we're done with all these questions. So our next slide here is what is a scanner class, right. What is a scanner class? We will see what is a scanner class and what is a string. Okay, I am going to show you what is a scanner class, right. So here the scanner class, so what is the purpose of scanning scanner class here? So if you want to give any input from keyword, so we are going to use this scanner class. Okay, so at the time of designing you are going to provide the input values, that is called as static input, right. So at the time of designing we are going to provide some input values, that is called as static input. Okay, so read input values from the keyboard, that is called as dynamic input. Okay, so at the time of designing we are going to provide some input values in the form of static, that is called as static input. If I want to provide some dynamic inputs, means we have to give it from the keyboard, means if I want to enter any input, so that should be done by the that should be done from the keyboard, that is called as dynamic input, right. So if I want to do the dynamic input, we have to use this scanner class. Okay, so in Java we are using this scanner class because to read input values from the user, that is keyboard. Okay, that is called as dynamic input. Okay, and scanner class is a class and is easy to read input value from the keyboard. Okay, here scanner is a class, s equals to new scanner of system.in. Okay, I will show you one example later in this video with the help of scanner class also. Okay, so in the system class we have two predefined stream objects, that is out and in. Okay, in the system class we have two predefined stream objects, that is out and in. Okay, what this out stream object will do, it will completely concentrating on the console part. Okay, this out stream object will completely concentrate on console part, whereas this in stream object will completely concentrate on default connected by the keyboard. Okay, which means where we are going to provide some inputs from the keyboard. So during that time we have to use this stream object called in. Okay, so wherever user is going to enter some kind of information, that value can be accepting. For accepting purpose, in scanner class we have so many methods like next, next int, next line, next float, next double. Okay, here next line, what is this next line will do, it will reads the complete string values including white spaces as well. Okay, this next line method, what it will do, it will reads the complete string values including white spaces also. Whereas what is our next int, it will reads all the integer values, whereas next float method, it will read all the float values, whereas next double method, what it will do, it will read all the double values. Okay, so now what is a string and how to create a string, I have already made one dedicated video about what is a string and what are all the different methods, and also you will get a kind of questions like how to concatenate two strings and how to replace characters on two strings and how to eliminate white spaces in a given string, and what is starts with method, what is ends with method, how to compare two strings and how to return character type at specific character at specified index, and how to convert a string from lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase, and how we can convert integer data type to string data type or any data type to string. Okay, so all this concept I have already discussed, and also I made one dedicated video. If you didn't watch that video, please go through that video. I am going to provide that video description, a video URL also inside of this description part of this video. Okay, and also without using string built-in methods, how to reverse a string. Okay, without using any string built-in methods, how to reverse a string. Okay, let me go back to our Eclipse, so where I am going to reverse a string. Okay, where I am going to do some reverse a string. Okay, so now let me open one reverse a string here. Okay, here you can see I am not going to use any string built-in methods. Okay, I am just using string dot replace first, replace all. Okay, here you can see with the help of string buffer string how we can reverse, with the help of string buffer builder how we can reverse. So with the help of reverse string how we can do, and also without for loop how we are going to reverse a string. Okay, sorry, without using any string built-in methods how we can reverse a string. With the help of for loop we can able to easily reverse a string. Okay, okay, I have made already a video about all these string concepts. Please watch that video as well if you want more information about the reversing of string with the help of different methods, and also without using any string inbuilt methods how we can reverse a string. Okay, with the help of for loop we can able to reverse a string. So here you can see the example. See, the reverse of string is NYT. What is my string here? Selenium Tech Automation. After this execution, I am getting the output as like this. Okay, so this is how we can reverse a string without using any default string methods. Okay, so now let me go to the other question. Okay, so let me close all these tabs from the Eclipse. Okay, so now what is our next question? Write a program to check given string is a palindrome or not. For example, dad or mom. Okay, so here string palindrome, you can see here. Okay, you can see here this is a program where I am going to check whether the string given string is palindrome or not. Okay, so here first I am taking one string variable, that is dad, and also I am taking one empty string, that is reverse. So after that I am going to find some length of this particular string with the help of length method. Once I capture that length, I am going to store into some integer of type data variable, that is I, data type of integer variable, that is I. So once that is done, I'm going to do like this. I want to find that index value on that particular index, that is caret of method. We can finally easily, okay, with the help of caret method we can retrieve the value of that particular index value. So after that I'm going to print. Here you can see I'm doing some decrement operation because we have to travel from right to left. That's why I'm going to use decrement operator here. If I execute this program, see here the provided string is a palindrome. Okay, if I mention anything apart from this, that is Selenium, what you will get, it is not a palindrome. Okay, it will print you it is not a palindrome because the reverse of string is muines. Okay, the output here is not a palindrome. Okay, you can practice by taking this code as well. And also I'm going to provide one mom here and we will see what is the output. Yes, it is a palindrome, the reverse of string is mom. Okay, so this is how we can perform the given string is a palindrome or not. Okay, with the help of scanner class example. Okay, with the help of scanner class example, how we can do. Okay, so now, so here as we discussed, scanner is a class. Here we discussed already what is our next int. So what is this next int will do? This next int method will read the all the integer values. Okay, it will read the all the integer values. So here these are all the stream objects, that is in and out. As we discussed already, this dot in, it is a stream object which is defaultly connected with the keyboard. Okay, which is defaultly connected with the keyboard. Whereas if I mention here out means it will concentrate only on the console output. Okay, console path. Okay, so now here with the help of scanner example, how we can add two values. Okay, the first one here is integer ith variable and the second one is integer. So if I execute this program, it will ask me to enter some value. Okay, so that is 10. After I hit enter, it is asking for me to enter 20, the second value. Once if I hit enter, it is giving you the output as 30, right? So this is how we can use this scanner class. With the help of scanner class, this is how we can write our program. Okay, here you can see I am entering one 20th value from the keyboard. After I am entering hitting that enter keyboard, it is asking me to enter second value as well. So once if I enter these two values, if I click on enter, it is giving the sum of the two digits. So the same we mentioned here. Okay, enter first value, that is 20, enter second value, that is 30, which means this method is reading only integer values. So after that I am going to perform some addition operation with the help of integer z variable. Okay, so this is how we can provide this scanner example. Okay, so then what is our next slide? Okay, we discussed till here. Write a program to check given string is palindrome or not. So after that, write a program in a dynamic way to reverse a string from keyboard inputs. Okay, write a program in a dynamic way to reverse a string from keyboard inputs. Okay, so here also I am going to show you with the help of scanner class how we are going to reverse a string. Okay, this is a program. In the same way I am using here also the same logic, but this time I am using one next line. So what is this next line will do? It will take you to the next line. It will read the next line values. Okay, if I execute this program, it will ask me to enter some string. So here I am entering Selenium. Once if I hit enter, it will automatically reverse your entered string, that is muines. Okay, so likewise if I want to reverse one more string, that is Java, right? Java, if I hit enter, avag. Okay, this is how we can reverse a string with the help of scanner class. Okay, the same logic I am implementing here. If you want, you can take this code and you can do some practice about this okay, this program. So the next question here is, so let me go to next question. Program to find out how many vowels, how many digits and white spaces are given in string. Okay, write a program to find out how many vowels, how many digits and white spaces present inside the given string. Okay, for that let me go to my Eclipse part. So here I will show you the example, so where I have already written. Okay, so vowels, digit, spaces. Okay, here you can see the logic. So first I am taking two integer variables, that is vowels, digits and blanks. Okay, so my actual string here is, this is selenium. So here is my logic. First I am taking the length of that given string. So after that I am finding that index value of that particular string. So then I am writing one if condition here. If the given string is having this a or this or this, these are all the vowels. Okay, so then I am going to use this is digit method. If that string is having digits, it will print the all the digits. If that string is containing the white spaces, it will print all the white spaces by incrementing by 1. So let me execute this program and we will see the output. Okay, here you can see in the given string there are 6 vowels, that is I. Inside this we can have one I, that is a vowel. For is we can have one vowel, that is I. For selenium we can have E-I-U. Totally 4 vowels for selenium, one vowel for is, one vowel for this. Totally 6 vowels are present inside this string and total digits are 3, right? 1 2 3, and total white spaces are 1. In between this and is 1 space, in between is and selenium 1 space, in between selenium 1 2 3 one more space. That's why we are getting totally 3 blanks here in the output. Okay, so now let me go back to our next slide. So what will be the next question? Okay, so here oops interview questions. Okay, so this is very important if you are giving interview from core Java point of view. Okay, what is the main advantage of inheritance and what are the types of inheritance? Okay, as we know already, inside our oops concepts we can have inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation and polymorphism, right? So among those, the first concept here is inheritance. Okay, so what is the main advantage of inheritance and what are all the types of inheritance? Okay, the process of acquiring fields and behaviors from one class to another class is called as inheritance. Okay, the purpose of inheritance here is, with the help of inheritance we can easily call the fields and behaviors from one class to another class. Okay, with the help of extends keyword we are going to achieve this inheritance concept. Okay, what is the main advantage of inheritance here is, the main advantage of inheritance concept is code reusability. Okay, the main advantage of inheritance here is code reusability, and also we can create only once and we can access n number of times. Okay, the main advantage of inheritance here is code reusability, and also we can create only once but we can access n number of times. Okay, so then the next question here is final methods can be overloaded? Okay, is final methods can be overloaded? Okay, is final methods can be overloaded? No, final variable nothing but the constants. We cannot change the value of final variables once it is initialized. Okay, is final methods are overloaded? What is the answer? Final methods are not overloaded but final methods are inherited. Okay, final methods are not to be overloaded but final methods to be inherited. Okay, how to prevent inheritance? Okay, how we can prevent inheritance? With the help of final keyword we can easily prevent this inheritance. Okay, how we can prevent inheritance? With the help of keyword like final we can easily prevent the inheritance. Okay, so next is final methods are overloaded? The answer is here, final methods are not overloaded but final methods are inherited. Okay, so then the next question here is about abstraction concept. Okay, what is an abstraction here? Abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation details and showing only necessary details to the users. Okay, abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation details and showing only necessary details to the user. Okay, for example here keypad, if user wants to enter some details, okay, so it will show only the user entered details. Microchip, user don't wants to know what is the implementation. Okay, for example there is a keyboard, I just want to enter some keys from this keyboard. Okay, so I want to know only I want to see only the entered key values but I don't want to know how it got entered from the keyboard. Okay, so that is called abstraction. And how we can achieve this abstraction? Okay, with the help of abstract class and also with the help of interface. But with the help of abstraction we can not able to achieve full abstraction, that is from 100%, but with the help of interface we can easily achieve this fully abstraction, that is 100% abstraction we can easily achieve with the help of interfaces. Okay, can we create an object for class? If not, what is the reason? Okay, can we create any object for abstract class? If not, what is the reason? Okay, we cannot create an object for abstract class because this class contain unimplemented methods. Okay, can we create any object for abstract class? Means answer will be no. If answer will be no means what is the reason? Okay, because this class contain, this abstract class containing the unimplemented methods, so that's why we are not able to create an object for the abstract class. Okay, is it possible, is it possible to inherit abstract class into another class? What is the answer? Yes, we can inherit these abstract class into some another classes. Okay, so next question here is about encapsulation. What is encapsulation? The process of wrapping the data variable and the code acting on the data method together as a single unit. Okay, what is encapsulation? The process of wrapping the data and the code acting on the data together as a single unit, that is called as encapsulation. I will make a dedicated video about all these abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism with a programming examples in my next video. Okay, just I am telling these are all the interview questions you might be faced during your interviews. Okay, I am just explaining here only theoretical way. I will provide you in practical way also in our next video about all these concepts like abstraction, inheritance, what are all the types of inheritance we can have, and what is encapsulation, what is abstraction, what is polymorphism, and what is our constructor. Okay, we can see all these in brief in our next video. So the next concept here is what is polymorphism and what are the types of polymorphisms. We already know what is a polymorphism. Single entity behaving in different forms is called as polymorphism. Okay, in this polymorphism we can have two different types of polymorphisms such as compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Okay, for compile time polymorphism, what is example? Method overloading. For runtime polymorphism, what is example? Method overriding. Okay, okay, so then the next question here is about in polymorphism, is it possible to override final methods and static methods? If not, what is the reason? Okay, in polymorphism, is it possible to override the final methods? If not, what is the reason? Okay, right. So here in polymorphism, is it possible to override final methods and static methods? If not, what is the reason? Okay, here final methods cannot be overridden and also static methods also cannot be overridden because those are all the constant. Okay, in polymorphism, is it possible to do override final methods and static methods? If not, what is the reason? The reason why we are not able to override final methods and static methods means those are all the constant. Once if we initialize, we are not able to change. That's the reason why it is not possible to override final methods and static methods. So the next question is about what is a constructor in Java and what are the rules of creating a constructor. Okay, you should know about this one. Constructor won't create any object, just it will initializes the object. And also what are the types of constructors we can have? We can have parameterized constructor and non-parameterized constructor. And also what is this keyword and how to use this keywords using constructor with an example, and how to use this keyword using method with an example. Okay, here what is a this keyword and how to use this keyword using a constructor, and how to use this keyword using a method with some clear example. So the next question will be what is a super keyword? Okay, what is a super keyword here? So you can tell about super keyword. It is a reference variable that is used to refer the present class object. Okay, what is a super keyword here? It is a reference variable that is used to refer present class object. Okay, so then how to call super class constructor using super keyword? Okay, so how to call super keyword using super class constructor using keyword? Okay, how to call super class constructor using super keyword? So the next question here is, what is an interface and what is the need of interface? Okay, because Java does not support multiple inheritance concept at class level, so that's why to achieve fully abstraction we have to do some multiple inheritance, right? So to overcome these kind of situations we have to use this interface. Okay, that's why we are going to use this interface. With interface, is it possible to have constructors? Okay, with interface, is it possible to have constructors? So that is also one kind of question, so you can uh, prepare about that one also. And what is a wrapper class and what is a for each loop? So what is a wrapper class? Here in Java we have a primitive data types, that is int, short, byte, double, char, likewise, right? We have primitive data types. So these are all the passed by values or not by references. So whenever you are going to create an object by using of that reference, you are passing the values, right? So during that time we have to go for this wrapper class concept. Okay, you can convert these primitive data types into objects. Okay, this concept is called as wrapper classes. Okay, you can convert these primitive data types into an objects. This concept is called as wrapper classes. Wrapper classes are used to convert any data type into an object, right? Wrapper classes are used to convert any data type into an object, and also for converting primitive data type into object we are going to use auto boxing, unboxing. Okay, here auto boxing means primitive data type to object. Here unboxing means converting object into primitive data type. Okay, that is about wrapper class. So what is a for each loop here? What is a for each loop here? For each loop is an advanced or enhanced loops. Okay, for each loop here is advanced loop or enhanced loop. It is mainly used to traverse of array or collection of elements. Okay, the main use of for each loop here is it is mainly used to traverse from array or collection of elements. Okay, here traverse means moving forward as well as backward. Okay, the main advantage here is it will eliminate the possibility of programming errors and make the code more readable. Okay, what is a for each loop here? For each loop is also known as advanced loop or enhanced loop. The main use of for each loop is we can traverse of array or collection of elements. Here the traverse means moving forward as well as backward, and the main advantage of for each loop is it will eliminate the possibility of programming errors and making the code readability. Okay, so then the next question is about exception handlings in Java, and also how to handle exceptions, what is the purpose of providing finally block. Okay, so I will discuss more about these concepts, whoops concepts, in our upcoming video in a programmatical way. So please drop a like if you like this video, and also don't forget to watch this video till the end. If you find this video very useful, please drop a like, and also please share this video to your friends or colleagues so that they will also learn about all these interview questions, and also our video will also recommend for more people if you share this video. Okay, so that's all it for now. I hope you people will like this video and you people will get some knowledge from my end as well. Okay, that's all it for now. We will continue, we will meet with our next video from our channel Selenium Tech Automation. So until then, take care everyone. Signing off, Selenium Tech Automation. Thank you guys.